Book of Boba Fett left Grogu's story wide open. No longer a part of Luke Skywalker's newly found Jedi Academy, reunited once again with his buddy in crime, Din Djarin. I wouldn't say that I'm resentful towards this speedy reunion, but I were absolutely worried about how this cute green fella were going to be a part of the upcoming story without being a liability to the creative process of how everything would be set up. But I can safely say that I'm not worried anymore, because Grogu is different in The Mandalorian Season 3. You might be wondering what I mean by different, and I'll explain it. It's all about that I feel like he's actually looked upon as a character now. Season 1 and 2 mostly used him as a plot device, a sort of MacGuffin that sprung to life a couple of times each season. Book of Boba started shifting this by giving Grogu more quote-unquote quality screen time, but that mostly lied in the fact that he now had to be trained. Grogu had to move, he had to look alive, otherwise it would have been quite weird. Yet by reflecting over Grogu's presence in Book of Boba, I can now say that his epic confrontation with the mad and crazy Rancor is from my perspective a symbolic switch for Grogu as a character. An event I now look back on realizing that it didn't just look cool, rather that it was also important. Even if there is some real question marks regarding where Grogu's story will lead to, he feels so much more present this season. He is a part of almost every scene now, never really forgotten about like in the earlier seasons, when he could get passed to the sideline for long periods of time. Episode 2 is of course the obvious example, where we see him escape the creepy mines of Mandalore and fly to another planet entirely on his own. But it's also small details, like viewing scenes from the perspective of Grogu, that I found just as important. I think a huge part of this improvement is a consequence of that the creators have learned how to utilize this puppet. It's not an easy task filming entire seasons like this, and I can absolutely see an improvement from the early stages of Season 1 to Season 3. Obviously, Grogu can't be a part of every single action sequence, but I have very much enjoyed seeing the improved process of making him feel more like a person. But let's take this conversation in another direction by asking these two questions. Where is Grogu's story actually heading? And what is his purpose in this galaxy?
I thought you had completed your mission, but you're still running around here with the same little critter.
The hyperspace scene is the only hint towards what Grogu's own journey could potentially be. I would love if he played a part in the Ahsoka series, if he connected with new Force users that he could learn from, that could enhance his capabilities. Being by Mando's side is in the end going to get pretty boring for everyone, because Grogu doesn't have anything to do but be cute and help out from time to time. There is a possibility that this young Force user might find his way to the Darksaber, and that would be extremely interesting. Everybody is theorizing about whether or not Bo-Katan or Din Djarin is going to lead the Mandalorians with this weapon in their hands, but what if it's actually Grogu? The whole cloning plot that's developing throughout the season might also have something to do with him, but I very much hope this is a hint towards Thrawn's grandiose plan rather than another storyline like in Season 1. If you want to check out more content about The Mandalorian, why don't you watch this one? Thank you as always for supporting me, but most importantly, may the Force be with you.